Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to pop on here really fast and talk about two situations that have happened within the last 48 hours, and I just wanted to give my commentary on it. Before I get started, make sure you click subscribe, and also do not forget to ring the little bell so that you are notified every single time I upload a video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is A$AP Rocky. If you guys don't know, A$AP Rocky is a rapper who was recently incarcerated in Sweden. And first of all, the story started out as oh my gosh, you guys, A$AP Rocky beat up this guy because he touched a girl's butt. He's our hero, free A$AP Rocky, blah, blah, blah. So of course, you've got all these people, more specifically women, who were just very happy to stick up for him and be on his side and cape for him, and just be yes, A$AP Rocky, killing feminism, one man at a time, blah blah blah. Well, come to find out, A$AP Rocky ended up beating up this guy, I guess because the guy was following him and he wasn't having it. So Rocky ends up beating up this guy and getting charged with assault. Now, I guess there's a lot of racism in Sweden, and A$AP Rocky is a black male. So he's in prison in Sweden, and yesterday or a couple days ago, it came out that the conditions of the prison that he's being held in are subpar. So apparently the food isn't edible, he's sleeping on a floor, there's only one blanket or just a sheet or whatever, and he's just in this terrible position while in prison. But then, of course, there's other people saying that the prisons in Sweden can be compared to a 3-star hotel. So nobody 100% truly knows. But as of right now, word on the street is that A$AP Rocky is inside of a prison, and it's not the conditions are not good. So of course, you have all these people that are saying free A$AP Rocky, get him out of that, out of prisons, blah 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 blah. They're treating him like crap because he's black. And racism this and racism that. Let me explain to you how life comes at you fast and how you can be taught to humble yourself very quickly. So a couple of years ago, A$AP Rocky did this interview. I'm not sure who it was with, but basically he was asked about Black Lives Matter and the situation that was going on in Ferguson. And this is what he had to say. "They're not forcing me to do ish. I'm just gonna stay black and die. Why? Because I'm black. So every time something happens because I'm black, I gotta stand up. What the F am I? Al Sharpton now? I'm A$AP Rocky. I did not sign up to be no political activist. I want to talk about my mother effing lean, my best friend dying, the girls that come in and out of my life, the jiggy fashion that I wear, my new inspirations in drugs. I don't want to talk about no effing Ferguson and ish because I don't live over there. I live in effing Soho and Beverly Hills. I can't relate. I'm in the studio. I'm in these fashion studios. I'm in these bees draws. I'm not doing anything outside of that. That's my life." All right, so don't get mad when we keep the same energy that you have been keeping. I'm not saying because he's black and because he is very high on the social scale that he has to say something about everything that happens. But basically what he said was, those black lives don't matter to me because I have nothing to do with it. I'm rich, I'm living my life. That's completely fine. A$AP Rocky does not care about anything until it happens to him, until it directly affects him. And that's literally what he said. He doesn't care because it doesn't directly affect him. Now, I'm not, his statement was just filled with pure ignorance. And a lot of it is the fault of people who allow these closed-minded people to be up here, So if we don't allow these people to have such huge platforms, then we can't get upset when they say things like this and then things happen to him. I'm not saying good, I'm glad this is happening to him, but all I'm saying is life has a funny way of humbling you. And life comes at you fast. I'm a huge believer in karma. What you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. And of course, there's a lot of people that are like, free ASAP, he doesn't deserve this, blah, 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 blah. Cool, but like, if it were some other just random black person who got in a fight in Sweden and was being treated disrespectful, ASAP Rocky would not care. He would not care at all. Why? Because he lives in mother effing Soho. I'm not putting my energy into being like, we need to free ASAP Rocky, because there's bigger issues right now that we should and could be dealing with. So that's my spiel on ASAP Rocky. I could talk about how he's colorist, but that's a whole other situation, another video for another day. So the next and last topic that I want to talk about is this fight that happened at Disneyland, y'all. Number one, I'm not going to show the fight here because I'm just not. And if you haven't seen the fight yet, I will link a video down below. But you guys, this was one whole family. If you haven't seen the video, this probably won't make much sense, but if you've seen the video, the guy in the pink/red shirt started hitting this girl in a white shirt because the girl spit in his face. Now, side note, when somebody spits in your face, you probably fully deserve what's coming to you, but like there's a point where you kind of just stop. You know, like a good, you know, backhand probably would have done justice or whatever, because spitting is the most disrespectful and disgusting thing ever. So I'm not even upset that he like hit her because she spit in his face, but yeah, it gets worse. So the girl who spit in his face was his sister. So brother and sister are fighting. And then there's another guy who came in and started fighting the guy in the red. Well, that was his sister's dude, you know, boyfriend, husband, whatever. Now, mind you, there's kids within this whole situation. And what really broke my heart is at one point, the little boy walked up to who I assume is his mom and like hit her. Now, this can be taken a bunch of ways. He could have been hitting her by saying like, mommy, stop fighting, or he could have been hitting her like, hey, everybody else around me is hitting, so I'm gonna hit too. And that's really, really sad. So then, I mean, the fight was going on for at least like 4.5 minutes. And not only did dude in the red hit his sister and his sister's boyfriend, then he turns to his actual girlfriend, who was like wearing a brown shirt or whatever. The reason why he hit her is because the mom of the guy in the red and the girl in the white got knocked down while she was trying to break things up, and he thought that she was, you know, that the girlfriend hit the mom. You guys, it is a mess. And I don't want to spend too much time on like the details, but all this does is this just gives racist white people an excuse to go, see, this is how they act. This is how they act. See? And it's, those people are not a representation of black people. And I can tell you that every black person in the world is upset about that fight. And the worst part of it all is because they're a family, they're not telling the cops exactly what happened. They're basically saying, oh, nothing happened. And I mean, all I can do is assume that this dude in the red is just abusive to everybody. And he has control over everybody. Like, child, like it's a mess. And all that does right there, it just perpetuates the stereotype that black people are inherently violent, because then people start going, well, what about the black on black crime? There it is right there. Can we stop saying black on black crime? Because that's not a thing. It's called crime. You don't hear about white on white crime. You don't hear about Asian on Asian crime. You don't hear about Latino on Latino crime. Like, it's not a thing. Crime is crime. But what happened is somebody came up with the term black on black crime to trick some of you simpletons into believing that black people are inherently violent. But all this does, you know, when you see people fighting, especially at a place like Disneyland where nobody should be fighting, they go, see, yeah, see, they are violent. They are violent. And that stereotype just has to end. And then, of course, it happens right when Disney announces that they're going to have a black Ariel. I don't know. It's just very frustrating and it's very sad. And I think the worst part about the whole situation is at the very end of the video, some woman who is not related to any of these people grabs the little boy who was just in and out of the mess and, you know, just grabbed the baby and was like, whose baby is this? And just like held the baby. And I can only imagine, like, if they're acting like this in public, can you imagine what happens behind closed doors? Like, y'all, we have to do better. We have to do better. We cannot be out here showing our asses for the sake of, you're mad because nobody even knows why the fight started. Nobody even knows. Maybe sister and girlfriend don't get along. I don't know, but it was ridiculous and it didn't need to happen. So let me know what you guys think about both of these situations. I talk a lot about these things on Twitter before I come on video. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter so that you can get 100% all of my thoughts. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.